This is Job 9 and 28. I am afraid of all my sorrows. I know that thou wilt not hold me innocent. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. Peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the brotherhood out there teaching the truth and sincerity. In the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So, man, Job said it right. We should be afraid of all our sorrows, because that's what made us go off, right? The sins are his sorrows. And if the sins are the sorrows, then they're weighing him down. And if you're being weighed down by those sorrows, you got a heavy conscience. So we have to clear our conscience. But we can't just, clear it. Be like, oh, okay, then everything's gonna. That's the problem, see? With these Christians, they think everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be okay. Don't you worry about it. It's gonna be fine. And I like a long time, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, maybe even 5. Well, I was working at night before I came into the truth, and Billy Graham was on the 700 Club or some shit like that, and he said that you have to forgive yourself. So let's say adultery. He said adultery. Well, just don't think about it anymore. But you still have to, it says right here, that thou will not hold me innocent. So we have to get punished. We have to get punished. And after you get punished, you die, and then you come back, and then you start all over again. But this is the last time, right? So this is the last, how you say, sorrow. This is the last time we're going to feel like this. So for those of us that are still here, we have to live with our sorrow, and we have to know that he's not going to hold us innocent. That's why we have to keep going out, because even though we will get forgiven, it hasn't happened yet. We have to work for it. Like if you go to the carnival, let's say you take your girl to the carnival, and you're trying to win a prize. You have to pay for the ticket, and if you miss, you miss, and you have to live with it. But if you get the prize, then you have to live with it as well. So no matter what, you're gonna have to live through whatever you went through. You have to go and what's it called? Survive it. Yeah, you have to survive it. Because there's a thing when, like a married couple, when they're old up in age, and one of them dies, the other one survived. The other one. So we have to survive our sorrows. We have to live with it. And then we have to deal with it. So once we deal with it, we're trying to remedy the situation. I know for a fact if I'm scanning an important file and I have to turn it in to someone via email or whatever, they want to see all the file. You know, one paper comes up missing, you're gonna have to look for that paper, and you're gonna have to be held accountable for it, because that's an important file. So there's no sin that you're not gonna go unpunished for. There's no sin that you're gonna go unpunished for. So stop. The first thing we gotta do is stop sinning. Stop sinning. Plural. But then trying is all we could do. Because Romans 7 and 17. You know, Romans 7 is a good chapter. We have to live with it. Because we can't help it. But what deters us from committing sin after sin after sin is knowing that we're going to be held accountable. And the sins come in sneaky. Like you'll be looking at a woman and you know she has a man, but man, she looks good, right? And then you start imagining things about you and her that won't even happen in real life. So it won't happen in real life, but you still sin because of your wicked thoughts. That's a sorrow, man. That's a sorrow we have to live with. So I don't know how other men deal with it. But then when there's a woman at my job and she's looking hot, I'm not thinking, oh man, oh geez, she's married or she might have a husband. I'm thinking right then and there. Real time life. Like, man, and that's and that's pretty scary. Because if we don't have a filter in our minds, in our heart of hearts, to deter us from engaging in even more deep sin, because you're always going to sin. But let's say you're looking at a hot woman and you're just looking. You don't let your mind go past eyesight, past the visual, past the first page, right? A visual. It's all you need. Because they're not gonna dress decent, and they're not gonna think in their head, oh well, I don't want this man to sin because I have a husband. You know, they're modern Babylonian women. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Camel toe hanging down. Jeez, man, and that's pretty bad because they're enticing. Women are beautiful, but how do you keep from sinning more than prescribed, right? That's fucking hard. And I can do it, but then I start. Yeah, that's right. I can do it sometimes, but then I start working. And then the thoughts come in, and then I can't control them because I'm working. It takes a lot of practice, you know. Faith is an action. Man, it's an action. It's an action. You know, if you're shooting a movie, or someone's shooting a movie, an actor's shooting a movie, and the director says, cut, then the action stops, right? Okay? So who's the director in your head? You gotta be your own director, man. You gotta say, cut that shit out, man. 'Cause, you know, that's not good. And it's hard. And the women will be at fault as well. They'll be leaving the house. Oh man, I hope I get some looks. You know, who knows? I hope I get some looks or whatever. And they do get the looks. But it's up to you as a man to say, hey, I've seen enough. You know, I'm okay with I'm not trying to look anymore. That's hard. So this is 2 Samuel 22:6. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. Damn. Job 9:28. I am afraid of all my sorrows. I know that thou wilt not hold me innocent. Man, you got to be contrite in this truth. So with that, I say shalom.